what happens when you take an anointed cloth off of the Apostle Paul's body and you send it to another location and a person is healed and delivered? What happened? It's not just a symbolic act. It's not just a place where your faith can make connection, contact. There's actually a residue of presence that marks the cloth. It's a fact. How else can, and so what I'm trying to say is the same happens in buildings. It is true. How else could the customs official from San Francisco who had 4th stage cancer hear that healing was happening in Redding? And he drives up, he gets up here late at night, I believe it was the middle of the night, walked into the prayer house, was healed. Nobody prayed for him, was healed. He went back, healed, and verified the 4th stage cancer was gone. And one of his other agents gave the testimony to one of our pastors that was going through customs. Said, hey, we heard this. And how else? Nobody prayed for him. What happened? Walked into a building where there are people that pray and worship and honor and exalt the Lord. And there's this atmosphere. Does God live in buildings? No, but he is somewhere, so he might as well be somewhere extra. And let me put it differently. He's everywhere, so he might as well be somewhere extra. And that's really the nature of facilities. And when you have a place, the Lord is really, he really honors the prayers of dedication that we pray. Those of you who have dedicated your business, things are different. You dedicate your business, you dedicate your home. Every one of us need to go to our homes, lay hand on the wall, dedicate the house to the Lord, the doorpost of the house, that anybody who walks through this door, what happens? It's not that God has changed his address and he now lives at your house, but he does. But he does. And in a unique way, there's something of the presence that just rests upon places where there's dedication. A business, a dentist who dedicates his business to the Lord, there's going to be an atmosphere of peace upon that business. Your homes, we've had people just walk into homes and say, there's so much peace here. Yeah, well, I worship God here, so that would be part of it. But it's dedicated to the Lord. People, we worship God, we serve God here. We'll multiply that by the thousands that come in here every week into an atmosphere. We've had people just walk into the building, sit down, and they get healed, they get delivered, they get set free, nobody praying for them. Why? Well, because God does leave his mark on buildings. He does leave his mark on buildings. And I'm glad that you know, in Weaverville, we would go into the theater. They would show Poltergeist Saturday night. We'd show up Sunday morning, and it would affect things. Poltergeist didn't affect us. We affected the Sunday night showing of Poltergeist. And that's just a fact. That's exactly what would happen. People would walk in and says, man, the atmosphere is different. Wow, well, that's because there was church that morning. That's why. So this building is significant.